what would you say are the things that are top of mind for you? You know, as you're thinking about top source talent and growing the company, what's on the top of your leaders list?
What we need to be looking out 2 to 5 years. I mean, I think the last year in 2025, everybody was worried about what's going to happen today, next week, what's going to happen this year. And I think it's okay to do that in a crisis, but I don't know. You know, it's a little worrisome for me. I think that, you know, typically in the past, when we were talking to clients about their hiring, you know, part of what we discussed with them is, you know, what are your current gaps, right? But what are you also anticipating 2 to 5 years out? What does your business look like 2 to 5 years out? Because it kind of helps to identify potential gaps that could come up in the future. Not only that, but the people that you're looking for now, really, what are their roles going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, that type of thing. You need to do more kind of strategy planning around hiring. And I think people are kind of going a little bit backwards from what I hear, from what people are telling me, in terms of just trying to plug holes right now. Because I mean, with all the layoffs, you know, people have lost a lot of good talent with all the layoffs. They've literally opened the door and just let their good talent escape, you know, to try to keep their stockholders happy, from what I hear, you know, kind of try to keep Wall Street happy. They've had these massive layoffs. And then all of a sudden they look back and go, oh, wait, where's so-and-so? You know, they were the expert on XYZ. Oh, that person left. Now they're working for a competitor. So, I mean, there's some strategy, you know, before you have layoffs, before you know, start a big hiring ramp. Don't look at just this year. You need to look out up to 5 years from now, you know, even with the adoption of AI. So I think that's one of the things that is kind of on my, you know, the front of mind right now.
And so that's interesting, because did you not, I mean, I would have assumed that that's kind of the orientation you always had. You're just saying that recently it moved away from that and everybody was hyper focused on what do we do tomorrow? And now it's gone back to that?
Yep. Because people, I think, were in crisis mode.
Yeah.
You know, for so long, you know, that they forget. And not only that, but there are some leadership issues that need to be addressed now. And that's coming up more and more. You know, who are our leaders, and who are our leaders listening to? Are they listening to just the people who are running their boards and the executives in that direction? Or are they listening to their employees? Are they listening to HR? Are they listening to people in talent acquisition? Because I have said this my entire career. The people that you hire to do recruiting for your company, we are the front line for your company. We are the ones who hear all of the scuttlebutt, you know, on what's going on in your industry, what's going on with your competitors, what's going on with salaries, what are the new perks people are getting. We hear it all because we're on the front line and people trust us. You know, that's one of the cool things about still being human and not being a bot doing the interviews, the initial interviews, is people trust us because we are human and because we have that relationship that we develop with them. So, you know, leaders need to listen to their TA departments and their HR departments, because we really are the people who are, I mean, rooting for you, rooting for the company, you know, and the people that we bring in, those are the people that you want to retain. And hopefully, you know, for the most part anyway, and don't let them escape. You know, if there is a layoff, don't let those people escape. You know, we need to look at business differently. Instead of rushing right away to doing a layoff, what else can we do?